is the dream of civilized people everywhere. It is the hope not just of New Yorkers, but all Americans, and it is the hope not just of Americans, but people the world over on every continent, from Iceland to India, from Brazil to Turkey. So let me talk for a moment about Turkey. I think there are several members of the Turkish press who are here. The reason that Turkey has become relevant in my job as U.S. Attorney and why it was mentioned earlier was a few weeks ago, as Susan mentioned, the FBI arrested a gentleman by the name of Reza Zarrab'ı on sanctions violation charges and money laundering charges. And it turns out that he's a figure of some interest in Turkey. On the day that we brought the charge, I think I had 8,100 Twitter followers. Within days, I had 270,000, and as of the time of this dinner, I had 298,000 Twitter followers, I believe, virtually all of them from Turkey. Because there is a feeling, as I understand it, that there's a problem of corruption in Turkey that is not being addressed. I make no comment on that, but that's what the perception is, and that's why hundreds of thousands of people in a country that I've never been to and who have never heard of me and can barely pronounce my name and don't speak English and tweet in Turkish are looking for hope relating to clean government in another country. And I mention it also because it is just a reminder to all of us that outpouring shows how universal it is, the craving for honest government and the rule of law. And another point I want to make, we complain a lot about government in New York, and I do a lot of that complaining, and we do a lot of that arresting. But you should, and it made me think for a moment when all this happened in Turkey and the outpouring there. As bad as things are, we should sometimes be grateful that we live in the United States of America, the most powerful people in government. Mort Zuckerman, by the way, could be in prison in a different country because there are many places in the world still where journalists would be in jeopardy simply for reporting about what I am talking about with respect to public corruption in government. And so for my Turkish friends who are here and who mobbed me when I was outside, I've never been to Turkey in my life, either as a tourist or as an instigator of an uprising or protest, as has been suggested in some of the press in Turkey, which may or may not be free. But I would like to visit Turkey sometime. I would love it.
You want to send some message for Turkish Twitter followers? You have 300,000 followers.
Yeah, I think the people of Turkey should know, like the people of every country, that we care about one thing in my job and the career people in my office, and that is justice. And as your viewers might call it, adalet, that's what we care about. Yes.
That's the first language you learned, adalet?
The first Turkish word I learned was the word for justice. Yes, thank you very much.